Hello. What I'd like to discuss today with you and anybody who's watching this video is that shaving with an electric razor. This is my electric razor. It works quite well. I've had it for a long while. But what I find with these electric razors, they don't shave as closely as you'd like. They don't shave very close. And also you've got to clean them a lot. You get dirty inside and you've got to get a special brush and clean them out and clean them. And it's quite a tricky job, and you can easily damage the electric razor. I put up with this for a long while. But some time ago I discovered a way of curing these problems, and also another one as well. But and that concerns, and I'll explain how it works. When you got a beard, or your skin grows, as well as that, the oils come out of the skin and coat the beard and the whiskers, and also you get dry skin and skin that flakes off as well. And it's this coating of the oils coming out of the skin and the flaky, the skin being shed, which is doing it all the while all over your body, combines to make a rather congealed mass that you get unavoidably in your razor when you're shaving. So I found a solution to that, and that is antibacterial hand wash. Now then, if you get antibacterial hand wash, it doesn't. This is not the normal one. I mean, it's from the chemist instead of from a supermarket. But these cost more from the chemist. But the ones from the supermarket, from as low as 60 pence for 500 ml, is just as effective as this one. And I'll explain how it works. And if you get one squirt, and that's one of the things I want to point out, I'd like to discuss this with the manufacturers if I could, is that the length of this tube that squeezes it out is too long, mainly for what you need. You get too much on your hand, and it's very easy to squeeze it out and put up with it. But if they made that tube half as short, so it reduced it by 50%, most of the time 50% is good enough for hand wash. That's good enough. And if you want 100%, you just press it twice. So it's wasting material, and as an ecologically minded person, I do object to putting more on than you need. So you've got to try and regulate it by trying to go halfway. So it'd be nice if the manufacturers would make it so that you can do one for a reasonable amount, and if you want more, you just press it twice. But having said that, we move on. And what I found is, if you get a squeeze of that and you rub it into your beard or your whiskers and all around, and then you put water on it and you rub it more, and then after a while you swill it off, and then you dry your face, quite dry, it needs to be quite dry. You'll find that your razor will cut a damn sight lot better than it did before, shorter and quicker, very effectively. And therefore, you wash your face, you wash your hands, and you've had a very close shave all in one go. It only takes about 5 minutes to do the lot, because it's quite effective. So that's that. Any bacterial hand wash will do, and I'll go through the process and we'll take it from there. So I've shaved, not today, but the day before, yesterday, and if I had left it for another day, so you got a reasonable amount of growth, well, that would be more effective. But I'll do it now and show you how it works. So I'll give a half squeeze, as much as I need. That's about as much, and not much. Put it on your hand like that, and then you just go up to your face and rub it on there, across there, and then you go like that, then you go like that. So you're rubbing it in. You're rubbing the hand wash in. I've done this for months, and it has no adverse effects whatsoever. Matter of fact, it does it good. And what I found is, if you've got some pimples on your forehead, rub a bit on your forehead, because after a week or 3 weeks of doing that, you only want just a little bit, the pimples go because the antibacterial qualities in it's very effective. So that's another bonus. So you just rub that in quite a lot, down there like that, down there like that, everywhere you're going to shave. And when you've done that, then you put the water on. Now I'll just put the camera down a little bit so that you can see what I mean. And we go down to, I got a bowl there with some water in, hand bowl. And we'll just come up a little bit there. And I can put that off the way now. So, what I do then, I put my, just 2 hands, that's enough. Just do that. That doesn't have to be hot water, it can be quite cool actually. Just tepid water is sufficient. Rub it in the same way as you put the other one on. Do it again. That's enough for that, because what you're doing, you're converting it. Do it across your forehead as well. You might as well. And then get that well in. So you've done 2 like that. Rubbed it well, the same as if you were putting the hand wash in, but you just rub it. Comes up to a bit of a froth. There's no need to use too much. You can use a whole dose if you want to, a bacterial hand wash if you want to. 1 plunger full if you want to. But that's it. So now then, just rub it and make sure what you're doing now is getting rid of the oils of this, and also the flaky skin that you shed naturally. So now then, you've gone that far a couple of times, and then you want about 5 doses of swilling it. So you get like that. 1, 2, all on your face. 3, 4. Now then, 1 more. And what you notice now, this water is going quite milky, and a lot of that is that dead skin on the oil coming out. 1 more. And shall we do 1 more for that, okay? And that's sufficient. Now then, let's come up there. What we've got now is that's all done, washed off. What we want to do now is to dry our face and hands. Nice dry towel. Just spend a little bit of time getting all the water off, because it does tend to make the, if you don't, it does tend to make the razor stick a bit. It's better when it's dry. You can spend a little bit of time there making sure that all the water's off. And when you've got that it all off with a cloth, then you can air dry it. So you can spend that time waiting for the air to just dry it a little bit more by getting our little brush here to just wipe the back and also the sink, so you can, time isn't wasted. It doesn't take long to do that, just a few minutes, so you can afford to wait for a minute or 2 while you do something else. A little bit on the floor and we just wipe it up. And that's it, coming close now. A little bit of damp in my ear. To the other ear. So that's it. By the time I put the towel by now, it'll be time to use the razor. What you'll find is that this is very effective. And the other thing is that if you do this once and then, when it comes tomorrow, there's no need to do that process again, because the oils on the dead skin haven't grown back much, so therefore there's no need to repeat it every time you shave, every day. But after about 3 days you can do it again. You do it every day if you like. I do it every day if I'm shaving. but I don't normally shave. I'm retired, so I could perhaps shave only every other day sometimes. But now then the skin is drying all the while, and we'll see. So here we are. Now what you'll find that when you do that, what your first thing you'll notice is how you can hear the razor cutting as you're doing that. Look quite slowly. The other side you can hear the cut and actually hear it, which you wouldn't have heard before because it's been clogged. You hear it cutting and you come across. Get your moustache off. On the chin. Under the head. Down the neck. See this, I have some zany ideas, and you can see if you subscribe, then you'll see some ideas on the engineering and other things to do with ecology, for the gardening, stuff like that. So while I'm doing that, now that should be enough. And yet, it's almost as good, pretty well the same as if I shaved with a razor. But now I've done that, it didn't take long. You wash your face, you washed your face, you possibly get rid of many pimples that you may have on your skin. Skin is nice and clean. It's set up now, you don't have to do it tomorrow, you might not have to do it the next day. But the next day you can repeat that process and it'll get nice and it'll come really good, and you'll see the difference. Now I'll just take that down there and show you. There won't be much in here because as I shaved yesterday, but if I just open that up, now you couldn't do that before with your razor. If you tapped it, you'd be lucky to get anything out. But with that, look at that. So that is all the dust and the dirt that's come out, all the shavings that have come out of the razor. And if I just go and get from the sink, and then you can see that, and then I can wipe the other dust off my hand. And what's happened now is that now then, if you pick up your razor and it's a filler shave, and before you couldn't look through there, you can't see through the cutters to the light outside against the light, and you'd have to clean it in about a week, and then, but this you can go months, and I can hold it up. It hasn't been clean with just a brush out with the well there, but the heads haven't been out, and you can see through them just as if it was cleaned yesterday. It's very effective. You want to give it a go, persevere with it. It's quite easy, and you'll find that it's novel and it's good. So I hope that goes down well with you, and I wish you all the best with your new shaving system. Okay, bye bye.